Howdy guys, RH with Soldiers of Light here. I just thought I'd share something with you guys from my daily life. You know, this is real life biblical guidance sort of thing, that as the Holy Spirit and His Word guides me and leads me through life, I try to pass on what I've learned from that and share that experience with you guys, my failures, my mistakes, the heartaches, the triumphs. And this is just one part of the day here. We're out with all the dogs here. Let's do a little circle around. There's a Jackson and a Blue. There's a Rosa. There's a couple I hear up there on the hill behind me somewhere. There's one, I think. Yeah, there's a Diesel. Let's see if we can get baby. There's a baby down there with her nose in something. And there's a Banner way back over yonder. Let's see if we can find him in this. There he is moving in the background. That's the blind one trying to figure out how to find his way over to me. Anyway, what I wanted to share here was what we came across. You know, I've known it's here for a long time, but a big dead tree. All right, now look at that right there. How long do you think this tree has been leaning for that to grow that big and wide and just continue growing up and around? That's a lot of growth and healing from damage. It's quite the scar. Things still surviving. But now the thing I found most interesting was, okay, let's just take in everything here. You see some amber colored water dripping out of that. We call it stump tea. If I hadn't learned my lesson, then I would take a drip of that and taste it, but I've kind of promised I wouldn't do that sort of thing anymore. Anyway, there's all kinds of crazy life, and just like, look at how strong and sturdy this is. This is the very inner core. I stripped off the out. All that's broken down, mulch, some good organic material there in the middle. So it's been used for a while. You could see kind of where the black starts. I would think that's from the organics building up and breaking down over time. Beautiful red color in there. But this is nice and strong. That little outside core. It's not the center and it's not the very outside 30%. But man, it is strong. I don't know what kind of, I have no idea what kind of tree that would have used to been. Maybe somebody could, I'm thinking oak here with the bark that's on that, but there's some damage where a limb had broke off. Probably one of the reasons the tree ended up dying and falling is there's a couple of places of damage here where you can just tell that it grew back and was exposed while it was standing in this area, because the way the bark is grown around, it has some fractures and scars, much like the other one up there. And all of these trees, even that one right there, has a nice big scar on it. There's one over here behind me that's damaged and scars, that a bunch of holes in it. So they all leave their scars on each other. Pretty profound thing just to witness around here. Even the trees leave scars and everything. Even the trees and everything leave scars and damage each other, you know, in their lives are growing around each other. And yet they all participate in the same ecosystem and share the nutrients and everything and communicate with each other. And this one's still giving back. As you can, maybe, let me see, once we adjust, all kinds, that's all mycelium there. You can see some growing into whatever pattern right there. There's a little bit of orange coming out. I think that's of the same variety. But it's just munching away on this tree. There's some of the things hanging out of this branch over here, I assume from the same mycelium. But I don't know that for sure. Could be multiple kinds growing in there. Anyway, just part of mine. There's more of it sticking out of the log down there. You can see a bit of the orange going all the way along the length of it. Anyway, just some of the cool things that I ponder about the day. You can take whatever insights you want from any of that. I learn through that as I'm walking around in the forest, just no particular goal, just experiencing what's around me and what's new. What I haven't noticed before, just taking in new and different things. Got some great improvements on the little foxhole thing over there, I guess you'd call it. So I'm just enjoying that, hoping to give my daughter somewhere to have nice, peaceful place, somewhere she can go and feel safe and secure, enjoy peace. Maybe anyone else that may stumble across it, can enjoy it and appreciate it. Just using what's around me out here to construct it. I haven't really cut anything. I've just found what's been laying out here. Some pieces I used that I cut off another project that were just laying out somewhere. So I drug them over and used them, but it's a fun little project. And we'll do a Bible study later on. I didn't get to one yesterday. I thought about doubling up on that, but we'll see. Wherever the Holy Spirit leads. I want to thank everybody that has, reached out, communicated in various ways, encouraged me, and I'm grateful for the encouragement that the channel has given you. The courage to reach out and speak about things that you may be hurting from. That's the only way we can heal from it, is by sharing that pain with others, letting them take part in our burdens and everything, share some of the struggle. No matter how strong we think we are, we can't bear it all on our own. I've tried many times. Your sanity, your health, your spirit, it just can't take it. Something's going to break. Cast all your cares upon Jesus. He's carried the burden already. He's paid the price for any mistakes we make. That being said, we can't just continue living in sin and doing whatever we want, just what makes us feel good. We have to be led by the Spirit through His Word to really accomplish the purpose and goal that He has set out for us. It may seem like, to a lot of people, and maybe even to myself sometimes, I don't understand the path that God has me on. Why, I'm sure there's things I could be doing more useful than sitting out playing with a rotten stump out in the middle of the woods on a Thursday. Early voting opened up, all of those things. I could worry about all that and everything, but that's just all temporary. The most important thing is that relationship with Jesus. And if you have to come out and stick your hands in a dead stump and play around with things just to understand His Word better, I encourage you to do that. If you appreciate that sort of thing, and it may encourage you, or you feel like you can use that to encourage others in some way or form, the whole point is to build a community of like-minded folks, and even those not like us, to grow and learn together. If you want to be a part of that, please join the channel and subscribe. We're growing way more than I ever thought, but I never really had a thought about where it might grow or what God will do with it. It was just something I wanted to do. I need to just cut all this out and stop rambling.